Tennessee wedding and event specialists. TWESA is the only Middle Tennessee professional organization committed to the success and growth of the wedding industry. Here, we network with like-minded individuals to discuss industry trends, business development, and making connections with others. And now, here's your host, Corey Gray.
Welcome back to another episode of the TWESA podcast, where we sit here and we talk wedding talk and events and everything that's happening here in the Middle Tennessee area. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at TWESA Official. That's TWESA Official, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And today on the show, we have Andrew from Aerodef Productions. Andrew, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Good to be with you today, Corey.
Yeah, all right, man. Before we get started, I like to ask everybody during this pandemic time, how are you hanging in there with COVID-19?
Sure. Well, myself and my family, we're holding up just fine. Fortunately, it hasn't impacted us directly, at least yet. But we're doing good. We're keeping our spirits high and remaining optimistic and so forth like that. And I always joke, it's kind of like the movie Groundhog's Day. Mm-hmm. You wake up and you just keep reliving the same day over and over. So I look forward to once we can kind of finally make it to that next day like that happened in the end of that movie.
I know, right? And you just get out and just burst through this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. Let everybody know who you are and what you do here in the wedding industry.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Andrew Fleckenstein with Aerodef Productions, and I specialize in wedding videography, and I've been doing it for about 10 years now. Okay. And absolutely just love, shooting videos at weddings.
Man, that's awesome. What made you, what was your passion? Like, what made you want to say, you know what, I'm going to do this full time?
Sure. Well, growing up, I was always, kind of the video whiz amongst my friends and my school and so forth, and just always looking for an opportunity to make a video for my classes. And I was shooting videos in the neighborhoods with my friends, going all the way back to like middle school. Just really loved doing it, and it just kind of naturally morphed into doing it on a commercial level, so to speak, with weddings being one of them. And I also do some other things, but weddings kind of just happened. A few family members came to me when I was in high school and said, "Hey, would you shoot our wedding?" And yeah, no problem. And I jumped into it and just absolutely loved it. Started to do it more and more, and then found it to be a good option for a career for me.
And it just started picking up for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about teaching some classes or anything on that for people?
Yeah, I have thought about that. There's a lot of people out already doing that, and I would love to potentially do something like that. I just found that, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of wedding video podcasts and people who are teaching it already on YouTube. And so I kind of felt like maybe I would be, at least if I were to try to start it on my own, I'd be a little late getting to the party with that, because there's already so many people. But I love kind of watching that stuff myself and always looking for ways to learn and grow and better myself as a filmmaker.
That's great, man. I started off an online DJ training course, so people can learn how to DJ at their own. Yeah, it's on my website. You can go and just, whenever you want to learn, you can do it. Whether you want to get it for your child or your family member, they can take their time and hit play and record and stop and actually learn how to DJ. So you might want to look into that, man. There might be some people out there that really might want to really learn that.
I'll look into it. Resources like that really are great. Whether you're just getting started in, a field like DJing or videography, or you've been doing it for a long time, I have found that stuff to be really useful, because, you kind of get stuck a lot of times, like with my videography. Sometimes, you kind of get stuck in your own ways, and you have a certain method of doing things. And you look at other people who've been doing the same thing as you are, you're able to kind of like draw inspiration from them and really kind of like better your skill set.
Right. Tell me about, within the 10 years you've been doing video, and tell me about a funny moment. Because I know all weddings are different, and they're tailored for the bride, and they're all unique. So I know each one. I spoke with Heather. I think she's over there at the Country Music Hall of Fame, and she was telling me about a bride who got super drunk that she couldn't even go down the aisle during her wedding day. I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh man. Well, I have shot nearly 200 weddings, give or take. And there's no shortage of stories that involve people having a little bit too much to drink, in the wedding party or guests and so forth like that.
Right.
Especially when it comes to, drunken antics. I feel like I've seen a little bit of it all. And some of the things that are most stick out to me are, and this just never works. If there's any to be best men out there, here's a little word of advice. Don't get drunk and just completely wing your speech and go up there unprepared, because I've never seen that go well. And those are some of the memories that I remember. Is someone will get up there and obviously they held too much to drink. They didn't really think about what they were going to say. They just kind of start prattling on about their relationship with their buddy and forget to tie in the bride, or they say something completely inappropriate, and it just doesn't go too well. So I've seen that happen a few times, and ultimately it ends up being okay. I haven't seen anything too terrible, but it's always just kind of funny.
Right. Woody, how do you see the with COVID-19? How do you see the wedding industry? Do you think it's going to come back to where it is, or you think brides are going to do their booking process differently? What do you think? So as of right now, I've been listening to like a lot of other people in the industry and kind of trying to keep my finger on the pulse of the industry. And so far, I just hear a lot of, real optimism. And I've even still had brides for, later this year, wanting to just kind of proceed like their weddings, like nothing's changed and so forth like that. And I think everyone's hoping that this just kind of, ends, and then we can kind of go back to business per usual. I know for myself, if there is some sort of new normal, I guess I'm going to try to kind of adapt to that. Maybe focus on doing events that are going to be smaller with a little less people. But as of right now, I'm hearing an incredible amount of optimism. I still remain optimistic and just hoping that we can kind of push through this. Everyone can stay safe, stay healthy, and hopefully someone can just kind of find some vaccine of this and essentially save the world. Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, man, they have to go to when you get the flu shot, when you got to go get a flu shot, like there needs to be like a COVID-19 coronavirus shot or something that you can go and get in. Anyway.
Yeah, I hope so. Gosh, man, and that's the real business to be in. Whoever comes up with that, be a real rich man or woman.
I know that's right. How can brides and other vendors, Andrew, get in contact with you about your services and everything?
Sure. So we're on Instagram. You can follow us at AeroDefPro, AeroDefPro, at AeroDefPro. Same thing with Facebook. And of course, you can find us on our website, www.aerodefproductions.com. And we're also associated with the other fine folks at TWESA. So you can get in touch with us through TWESA and all the other great vendors like yourselves that are associated with that organization.
Well, thank you, Andrew, for stopping through and giving us some time to chat with us for a minute and tell us all about your video company here. For more information about Andrew, you guys, again, give them the information again one more time, Andrew.
Sure. Instagram at AeroDefPro, same for Facebook, and our website, www.aerodefproductions.com.
Thank you again, Andrew, for stopping through and chit-chatting with me here on the TWESA podcast.
It was my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, Corey.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
My name is Corey Gray, also known as DJ C-Dub from the Music City DJs. You can follow me as well on Instagram at the Music City DJs. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/TWESA Official. Talk to you guys next time on the TWESA podcast.
Thanks for checking out the TWESA podcast. For more information, log on to TennesseeWeddingPros.com.